My god, the Switch 2 trailer was today, and wow, there is so, so much I need to say, and it's too much for a script, and I didn't really feel like making a live video recording or of my reaction just because I just don't have it in me, I guess. I already overslept, I missed the live, and I just didn't want to deal with my PC being laggy, and I didn't think I was going to make a video, but I'm going to make a video because some revelations came. Now, I want to start by clarifying, this is all unscripted, this is all straight from the heart. I did a little bit of research, but this is mostly just me ad-libbing. I'm not going to edit it very much, so if you like the gameplay that's on screen, keep watching. I'll put up images when they're relevant. But if you don't care about the gameplay, then maybe just listen to this like a podcast. I'll try and keep it brief. Okay, so Switch 2. Wow, it's here and it looks amazing. I want to start by giving my thoughts on the console. I'll talk about the games next. I'll talk about the third party, the first party, and then I'll talk about the elephant in the room. We'll get to it. We will get to it. Now, first off, the hardware is everything I was hoping for. I didn't really feel that it was necessary that they reinvent the wheel. I am already really happy with the Switch. I actually recently got an OLED, and I've been happy with that. To me, that was already kind of like an astonishing console. I love the Switch. It's a great console in my opinion. It's got lots of flaws, especially with the Joy-Cons, and the grips, and the drift, and all of that garbage, and the low power. But I think that was a lot of that was devs not really taking use of the power of the Switch, because some games looked and ran phenomenally, like Xenoblade X and Breath of the Wild even ran pretty well. That was 2017. But that's all besides the point. The console looks amazing. Physically, it looks amazing. All the features are great. Adding like a chat thing, I guess Arlo's video kinda came true. That looks all really exciting and fun to use, and it looks way more convenient for recording, which is something that I appreciate. And the new app they're making, or I don't know if there's a new app, but the feature with the app where they put the screenshots and the videos on the app and they add so much integration, that all looks spectacular. I am so happy that we're getting the Switch 2 of my dreams. This thing looks just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a portable PS5 from what I'm seeing. It just reminds me of the PS5, and I love the PS5 for what it is. And I'm really excited to get it. I think $450 is a very fair price. I'm really glad they didn't go for $500 because, oh my goodness, we will get to it. We'll get to it. Okay, the new audio stuff looks exciting. Oh my god, the pixels. Did you see the pixels? Did you see how many pixels? There's no pixels. It just looks super good. I am obviously very excited about this. The new seat button, we finally learned about it, what it is. I think I already brought this up. I'm going in fucking circles. I'll move on. Switch looks great. The Joy-Cons look great. The mouse stuff looks really cool. It makes me a little scared to play Splatoon. I won't lie. But it still is exciting. Okay, the games. We'll start with the first-party games. There's only a few, and I am perfectly fine with that. We have so much from the Switch 1 and so many, like, third-party other games that are coming. It is totally excusable, in my opinion, that there are only a few announced. The Donkey Kong, holy shit, his design is cursed, but it looks so fun. It kind of looks open world, and I hope that gives people their fill for open world 3D platformer, because I kind of prefer for Mario to stay not open world. I like the progression systems a lot in all of the games. I like you collect this many and then you can go to the next big area and it's all segmented. I prefer that. I would rather this new Donkey Kong game kind of be that open world thing. And it looks amazing, even though he looks terrible. Mario Kart, I have never been this excited for a game genre I don't typically play. It looks spectacular. The idea is great. Just the new things they're doing just look great. I've even grown accustomed to the models. I didn't like the models at all when we first saw them, but they're growing on me a lot. I like the more chibi, cutesy designs. And the fact it is open world is a perfect fit. You could drive around for what seems like forever and just explore and drive and just find new things. It looks so fun. The characters very funny, but also very disappointing. Now, it's hilarious that they didn't add RPG characters because that's literally all people wanted. We just wanted more, or I think the majority of people wanted more RPG characters or just more third-party Nintendo, not third-party, but more Nintendo characters. And instead we got like basic Mario enemies, which is so funny that I almost forgive them. But still, come on. Come on. Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door just came out. Just let people play as fucking Vivian. Or I don't know, the fucking throw pixel from Super Paper Mario. Or, I don't know, Mario and Luigi Mario. Just, come on. It's stupid that they're kind of gatekeeping these characters that I'm sure a lot of people would be very passionate to play as, and it's just a little disappointing, but it is very funny. They're adding a new, Kirby side campaign to the Forgotten Land, and I'm not a Kirby fan, but that looks awesome, and I am so happy for my Kirby friends who love Kirby. And the same thing for Kirby Air Riders. It looks great. It looks fantastic. Like, I mean, we haven't seen much, but I'm, like, judging by how the Switch 2 games look, I would be, if you told me that trailer was all in-engine, I would believe you. It looks like the cinematics from Kirby. Most games just look like the cinematics that look way better than the games, and then you actually, but they're the games! What is going on? They look phenomenal, and, I say, oh my god, the new Age of, I forget the name, but the new Zelda Warriors game, Tears of the Kingdom, was so disappointing to me from a story regard, but this game looks like it's going to rectify that disappointment. My main thing was I just wanted Zelda to have more involvement in the story, and she was kind of just cast to the side, and we're getting a whole thing that's just about her, and we're probably going to learn more about all these places, and I hope it's canon, but it just looks so fun, and I've always wanted to play Warriors games, because I love the idea of hacking and slashing at a billion guys. It just looks so fun, and I'm so excited to play, and I don't really see people bringing it up, because that is not a first-party Nintendo game, but that is a Nintendo game, and no one's talking about it. Are there any other Nintendo games I'm forgetting to mention? I don't believe... Oh yeah, 60 FPS in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Visually, they look stunning. They look like the future of games. It's a little greedy that Nintendo is asking us to pay more for what's basically an update to be modern. If it's like $10, that'll be fair. But I have a suspicion it'll be more than $10. Same thing for the Jamboree stuff. I don't think that is going to be cheap. And this tech demo game that they talked about, I was really excited because I thought it looked like a really cutesy thing, but you have to pay for it. Oh, we'll get to it. We will get to it. We will get to it. We will get to it. Okay, third-party games. I was blown away. Let's start off with Elden Ring. What? They put Elden Ring on the Switch? That's not possible! Elden Ring's too big for Switch 2. Switch 2 can't handle it. But it can. They're doing Elden Ring on Switch 2. And it looks like it's going to be like one of the first games. And then, oh my god, there's just so much other stuff. They're porting over like a Yakuza game that looks beautiful. They have fucking Final Fantasy VII is coming to Switch. The remake. That is like one of the most visually intense games I've ever seen. And I've only played the first hour because I just don't have it. But like, they're porting it over. What? And there's just all of these other games that they showed that just look so fun. Deltarune! Deltarune! They're making Deltarune 3 and 4! It exists! It exists! We knew it existed, but it exists and we're seeing it and it looks so good! It looks amazing! It looks amazing! And it's coming out! And of course, that was one of the games they showed off. And they showed off Silksong, which I'm not a Hollow Knight fan, but I am so happy for you Silksongers. And there were just so many other games that looked amazing! They looked amazing! New games! They're making a what to Bloodborne? They're making a sequel to Bloodborne? Huh? That's real? It's out? It's not out, but the trailer's out, and they put it on the Switch 2 reveal, so it's gonna be on Switch 2? What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's just like... And there's putting Cyberpunk! I've always wanted to play Cyberpunk. I never thought I was going to be able to play Cyberpunk 2077 because it's a PS5 game, and I just don't have a PS5. My parents have a PS5, and I can go over to their place and play it, but I just don't go over very often. But now I can play it on my Switch too, when I get the Switch 2. This is insane! This is insane! This looks like the most amazing first year for a console ever, and oh my god, I get to play Metroid Prime 4 in 4K with mouse control. It's too much. It's too much. It's just simply too much. It's too much. It's too much good. There has to be a negative. They can't be this good. Oh. Oh. Oh, there is a downside. There's a catch. There's a negative. Oh boy, this is a big negative. Trust me, this is a big negative. Switch 2 games are way more expensive. Like, way more expensive. I live in America. Switch 1 games, were $60 here, physical and digital. I say, fair enough price. For big, modern, flashy games, sure. $60 is fine. $70 for Tears of the Kingdom, I guess. I don't know if the game was really worth $60 after reflecting. But you know what? That was their one $70 game. Honestly, there have been a few games that they've released that I've been like, yeah, they could have released this for like 65, 70. But no, you innocent sweet child. Mario Kart, the big new Mario Kart, is $80 physically, or no, digitally, and $90 physically. That is ludicrous. That is ludicrous. That is a third more expensive. That's ridiculous. I've played 2 games I would consider worth more. 2 games in my whole life I would pay $90 for, and those games were Xenoblade Chronicles 2, my favorite game of all time, and Xenoblade X, which is the most technologically astounding game I have ever seen. Those are the only 2 games I have ever played in my entire life I would even go close to saying are worth $90. And that's more just exaggeration. That's more just lip service. It's just like, oh yeah, I could pay $90. Realistically, I don't think I would. Even though I love those games, if I had not played them, I don't think, or if I had not already known how good they were, I don't know if I would have paid $90. And I'm certainly not paying $90 for Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. Listen, I get increasing it by $5 or $10. If every game was $70, whatever. That's just how the world is now. Games are just too expensive to make. They need to sell them for more. PS5 has been selling them for more. Xbox has been selling them for more. It's fine. It's not great. It's not something I love. It's manageable. $80 digitally? Hell to the no. No game ever, except for the 2 I mentioned, which are more hyperbole, no game is worth that much. At all. Video games are art. They are artistic endeavors, but they are toys as well. They are toys to be played with. And I'm not saying that's all they are. Games are art, but at the same time, they're for fun. Games are mostly for fun. I can tell you for sure, Donkey Kong and Mario Kart lean a lot more of their focus into being digital entertainment than art. And no digital entertainment is worth $90. They are way overpriced. And I've been talking to friends. These games have increased substantially in their areas too. I was messaging with Syzygy, who's been on my channel before, great friend. I messaged her. Games are increasing by 50% over in Europe. 50%? That's a lot. And I asked a friend from Canada, and I was talking to her as well, and I was like, she was like, "Oh yeah, games are like this much in my area," and I was like, "Oh okay," because I was checking with people to see how much it was increasing, and I translated the money, $90 to 128 Canadian, and I sent it to her, and she was like, "Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. This is too much for anything." For a video game. That's too much. I can't afford this. I'm poor. I live in a fucking trailer with my grandparents. I I can't even afford to move out and live on my own apartment because I don't have a job. I don't make money. Okay, so I'm recording this from post because I kind of went off the I don't want to say I went off the deep end, but I kind of went a bit I got mad and kind of said some things I probably should keep private. But basically I don't really have a lot of spending money. Most of my free money already goes towards Switch games since that's my main hobby, and I don't have a real way of consistently getting money. So it's already quite a lot to just buy Switch games as they are. So now that they're increasing in price, or at least first party Switch games are, I probably won't have enough money to really buy many. They're just going to be too expensive for me. Switch 1 games are already quite a bit for me, at least. But I just won't have enough money to buy $90 games because I prefer to buy physically, and if I'm gonna buy a game I want to get it physically because I want to have it on my shelf, and just it's just too much. That's all I can say. It's just too much. I can't afford this. None of my friends can afford this, and Nintendo makes games primarily for kids. Whose parents are gonna afford this? This is a console that is supposed to be for everyone, for all ages, mostly for kids, but also for anyone who, like, people who live in poverty or people who aren't in poverty and who can afford this. Nintendo has always been very accessible, and this is just so ridiculously overpriced. You don't even get the tech demo game you have to pay for. When my parents bought a PS5 for their house, Astro's Playroom came for free. That was a way bigger, probably going to be way better game that they didn't have to pay a dime for. And now we have to pay for the little cute tech demo that shows you what the console's like. That's ridiculous. Unless it's like $5 or $10. I'm not getting it. In fact, unless I buy the bundle with Mario Kart, I'm not getting Mario Kart either. And I'm probably not going to get the Donkey Kong because I am just less attached to Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. I'm just one of those people who prefer the big 3D Mario, the big 3D Zelda, the Xenoblade game, maybe like the Metroid game as well, the Smash game. I am one of those the Pikmin game. I like those. I don't really care as much for Donkey Kong, and now I don't really feel compelled to try it because it's just too much of a financial endeavor. And the same goes around for other people. People are just going to be less interested in trying out new game series because it's such a huge hit to their wallet to try these games. Originally on Switch, it's like, okay, like so many people got into like Xenoblade and Fire Emblem because they could just, it was only $60. It's a lot, but it's a lot less to lose, and they can try the games. But if they're $80 and $90, nobody's going to be trying them because that's a huge commitment to make to something you're not sure you're going to love. And I don't even know what I'm going to do with my Switch 2. I don't even know if I'm going to get it day one. I was going to get it day one, but it's like, why? Why should I get it day one? So I can play Deltarune? I mean, yeah, I'm going to play Deltarune. I'm going to play the fuck out of it, but like, that can run on my Switch 1 and probably my PC as well. It's an old style game. It can run on anything. So why would I get it on my Switch 2 when I can just get it on anything else? Why, I mean, playing Breath of the Wild at a higher frame rate and with a better help for finding Goroks, that's cool. But, like, how much are these new expansions going to be? Like, $20? $30? $40? $50? $60? $60 for 60 FPS and a higher resolution? That's not worth it. It's just not worth it, especially when you can just put the games on your PC if you have a good PC. So, who is the Switch 2 for? They have all of these huge AAA games, but these games have been out for years on other consoles. And they're probably gonna realistically be better on those consoles because the Switch 2 is powerful, but it's not more powerful than a PS5 or a brand new Xbox. So why should I buy a Nintendo Switch 2 as someone who loves Nintendo when I can just get these games on other consoles and get more worth out of those? Because at least on PlayStation, if I pay an extra $100, I can play countless games, including new releases, for free. Just for that $100 initially every year, plus online. Whereas Nintendo is releasing the GameCube emulator, which I'm excited for, but with 3 games, one of which has an HD remaster they refuse to put on new consoles, I have no reason to get the Switch 2. I can't afford it. I can afford the console, but the games are too much. It's not worth getting a Switch 2 so I can play Fortnite at a higher resolution. They didn't even say they were going to improve the online. They were very transparent that their new screen sharing service has really choppy screen sharing, which is excusable in my opinion because it's, it's a handheld. But it doesn't say anything about them improving the online. So is Smash still going to run terribly? Are all of these other games going to run like shit still on their servers? And I really I was so blown away during the trailer, but I feel like it's almost like my excitement was for nothing because these games are just so pricey and I just can't get them. There's too many games, but I can't afford any of them. I just have to watch other people play these games and just wish I had more money. This console isn't really for anyone, now that I think about it, except for the most hardcore of Nintendo fans. Because it's too expensive for most casuals. Most casuals aren't willing to spend $80 on Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. Or the Zelda hack and slash, even though those games do look great, they're just too much. All of these other games have been on other consoles that are more worth getting, so it doesn't appeal to hardcore gamers or gamers who like the more AAA scene. This console is for nobody. This console isn't for families. This console isn't for me, someone who loves Nintendo, but is willing to see past their bullshit. Because this is bullshit. This is too much. Nintendo has gone too far this time. And I want to try and give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Let's try and give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt. Tariffs have been crazy. I'm not gonna pretend I'm apolitical. No, this is completely fucking Donald Trump's fault. He's completely ruined America. He's made this place a hellhole to live, especially if you're trans, or especially if you're poor, or especially if you're black, or especially if you're a woman, or especially if you are not a prejudiced prick who deserves to burn in hell. And I don't know if that scares off my Republican viewers. You guys can go find someone else to watch. I don't know why you're here. But, I would be willing to say, yeah, it's tariffs, it's Trump's fault, it's the Republicans, but these games are expensive in other places too. How much are tariffs affecting England? Because everything I've seen from them, their egg prices are still perfectly fine. So why are they so drastically more expensive? Why are they so much more expensive globally? I have a ton of friends who don't live in America who are complaining about this. So I don't even know if it's fair to blame this on Trump, even though I'm sure he and his party are involved somewhat in this. I genuinely think this is mostly Nintendo's fault. This is Nintendo pushing their luck, trying to see how far they can take their fans, how much they can get away with, and I'm not sure it's gonna work this time. It's just, how many parents are gonna see this and decide to just suck it up for their kids when the Switch 1 already offers everything? I'm scared it's gonna flop and Nintendo's gonna become more desperate. And you know what? Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need to be humbled. But I'm worried that if they flop, they're gonna push harder. They're gonna try and extort their fans even further. Because that's the type of company Nintendo is. Nintendo is insanely greedy. They will offer you the highest quality, most amazing, jaw-dropping things, but only if you are willing to essentially bow your head down and sacrifice to yourself to them. And I am just not one of those people. I will get a Switch 2, but I don't know if it's going to be at launch. I don't know if it'll be in the first month. I don't know if it'll be in the first year. until I see price cuts for the games. And once again, not even the console is the issue. It's just the games. It's just all this extortion. Like, they are completely using people. And I kind of think that's a little gross. It's grimy to hold this golden carrot in front of us and go, look at all these amazing games, these masterpieces you could be playing on the go and with your friends, but you have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I'm not rich. I don't know when I'll get it. I loved the Direct. I loved how most of the games looked. I really wish I could play them. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'm willing to spend $90 on fucking Donkey Kong.